Happy New Year and welcome back to Zeke's Garage. It is actually New Year's Day, so I wanted to take a little bit of time here to kind of express the direction of this channel and give you guys some ideas, some future projects coming up here, and thank you all for the response that I've had. So it was November 7th when the wife and I filmed that train tunnel video out to the Tintic train tunnel in our K5 Blazer, and put it out there just on a whim, thinking, all right, maybe this channel will do something. We'll see. So it's been less than 2 months, because it's, it's the first now, and I think I went from like 8 subscribers and I have currently 74 subscribers, which blows my mind. If you told me that was possible in less than 2 months time, I would have told you you're crazy, but here we are. So whether you're here for the RC content or the buggy project or whatever, I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate the subscriptions and the views. So I am looking forward to communicating with people. So if you see something you have a question about, hey, shoot me a comment down in there, and I'll make sure I answer all of those. Please like and tell other people so I can get more subscriptions out of this. The sky's the limit here. I got a ton of projects here, and nothing but up here is the only direction we can go. So I kind of want to share some of these projects with you and the direction on some of these projects, so you know what this channel is going to be about in the next little while here in the future. So I'm standing here in the shop. Let me flip this around. So first of all is this buggy. I know you kind of seen the buggy project. I got the motor here. This is going to be a TBI injected 350 Chevy when I get it done. YJ frame here. Going to be CJ front clip with the TBI 350 Chevy. Looking for a turbo 400 automatic. Going to do a low car shifter. And then I have squirreled away for transmission and transfer case purposes here. That's a 700 R4, but behind it is a Dana 300. And then that's a 203 that I'm going to rob the reduction box off of and do like a 203 to Dana 300 conversion on it. Winch, I have a Badlands 12,000 pound winch that Harbor Freight just put on sale for 25% off. Got $150 off of it, so I couldn't pass it up. Obviously don't need it at the moment, but couldn't pass it up for the money, so made it happen. This is my aluminum Chevy conversion radiator. I have my tail lights in here so I can finish the comp cut on this body and get my tail lights mounted in it. Miscellaneous tailgate parts. My drop cable's there. I am going to mount this CJ tailgate to it up on some CJ hinges. Probably just weld them in, because I'm not going to care too much about the body on this thing because it's going to get beat up. So anyway, as far as the axles go, I am looking for a right side drop 60 front. If anybody knows where one of those is that's affordable, whether it's early 80s Dodge or Chevy, I'd like to stay kingpin so I can do the steering on it, and maybe even hydro steer it or assist it at least for the first little while here. And I want to do a 70 or an 80 Dana in the back, because I'm not happy that the 14 bolts just have 30 spline axles. Heck, you might as well have a Dana 44 if it's 30 spline. So not big enough for my liking. So and then we're gonna do 4-link in the back and probably just 3-link in the front for now. And I plan on doing just regular old coil springs and some regular shocks for now to keep the budget under wraps here. So I do have a tubing bender over here. Do plan on doing some cage work and integrating the seats sooner or later. I do have seat mounts here then I might just bolt in it just to get it running and driving and stuff, but we will integrate the seats in it sooner or later. Did the CJ dash, gonna do a full, you know, standard universal, I guess, wire harness in it, and just do a basic complement of gauges, just the necessities, you know. And it'll be kind of a bare bones, gonna kind of keep it on a shoestring as much as I can, because I don't have a grundle of money to spend on her, but I want a rig that will go anywhere and we can kick it back onto its tires when we roll it over. It won't hurt anybody, and it won't hurt us to have a dent in the body panel and stuff. So planning on 42 or 44 inch tires on this guy, so gonna be big, gonna be a big rig. Looking forward to this. So that's just one of my projects here. Let me show you another one. All right, project number 2 is this K5 Blazer behind me. Got some plans for it. Let me share those with you. I got a broken shock mount here that we actually broke on the train tunnel trip. So I need to put new shock mounts and new shocks on it. I probably need to do something with this exhaust. Get it fixed up a little bit so it doesn't dump right here out onto where the shocks mount and stuff. I have a big hole in the back floor panel where I cut a hole for the fuel tank, access to the fuel pump and all of that I need to cover up with something. I have the panel that came out, but it barely fits into the hole, so I need to cover that hole, do it back in. I still haven't finished my dash project on the USB tie-in, the panel for the USB power. This guy will get a crossover steering, get rid of this goofy Chevy arm here. The crossover steering just makes it rock solid going down the road, so, and this guy needs it because it kind of wanders all over with the lift and tires in this thing. Broken shock mount, crossover steering, and then it just needs a few little things, you know, just the tether, the gas cap, and the other things that I talked about. So other than that, that'll be the mechanical on it for the minute here, and then it's gonna be get into this body and straighten the body out. I've got some dings, we've got some rust. These inner fenders are pretty well toasted on the front end. This door and this here panel that's caved in, this wheel opening. I really want to put a soft topper on this thing, put a different truck tailgate on it, and put a soft topper on it. So that's what that is a 1972 tailgate at the moment, and then just a wood window that I glued in there with silicone to seal it up for the winter here. But so soft topper as soon as I can get her parked inside, more than she is because she's outside a lot now. So, and other than that, this is a fun rig. Runs really, really well now that it's got the TBI fuel injection on it. So fun rig here. Plan on spending a little more time out doing adventures on this thing. So that's project number 2. Okay, project number 3 is my kid's scrambler here. It doesn't need a whole lot going on with it now. We've done a lot to it. We just flipped the shackles back on it. It does need a front drive line. It does need wiper work. We just put the Wrangler windshield on it. We need to get his wipers working on it. We need some front shock hoops and straighten out his front shocks a little bit here. It has an air locker in the front that we haven't plumbed right there. We haven't plumbed the line to yet. But right now this thing's a runner and a driver. We just need to measure it for that drive line and get it out on the trail. And this one and Ebony and Ivory, as I've been calling them, we need to get him out and go beat him up a little bit. Try him out because both of them are pretty well undriven, unproven. So You'll see a little bit of content on this one while we're working on it. Okay, and speaking of ivory, I'm in the garage here where it lives. Here it is. So I have a just amount of parts and stuff that I squirreled away in projects for this thing as well. Let me just read down my list here for you. Okay, first on my list is straighten the front shock mount, install the rock lights, replace the clutch. My pilot bearing's making a lot of noise and carrying on. Reverse switch in the trans, so I have reverse backup lights. And the windshield wipers, repairing the windshield wipers. They were working, and we were out in the rain one day coming home from a family party, and they quit working, and now it looks like they're all bound up. So I don't know if it's just a fuse or if I've got linkage issues or what's going on there. So then I have a new dash panel for this thing and a whole complement of Speed Hut gauges. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to repair my four-wheel drive light, make my fuel gauge work, the speedo, and I want to do a under the dash wire harness from Painless in this guy while I have all of that apart. And then I want to do some rear Nerf bars here from the bumper back around to the frame to protect this rear overhang, this long overhang that these scramblers have. I want to build me some. Thinking about some rear tube flares on it so it matches the front. Let me see how the back's stock here, and the front has some cool flat tube flares on it. So I'm thinking something that just bolts on the body here that'll tie the two together and make that look more uniform to the rest of the body. Right now it has a lock right in the front. I'd really like some kind of selectable locker, like an Eaton locker. It has an Eaton in the back, so I think it'll be getting an Eaton locker in the front. And looks like, I've got to tie my roll cage into the frame. Right now it's not bolted to the body tub at all, and there's no supports underneath the front part of the hoop. So I want to get that all tied into the frame and mount it up so it's nice and solid. And so far, they're never done. So far that's my list on ivory here. I have a pile of winches here. This Apex 12,000 is going to go on the buggy. This guy here, this 12,000, I bought it in a mounting plate for my trailer because I'm done winching dead cars, or pulling dead cars onto my trailer by hand. So you'll see these projects come into view here soon. Okay, and as promised, here it is. Gonna start using GoPro. I've got a 7 and a 9 here with the batteries and various. I had a whole box full of this Ariat box is full of mounts and whatnot. So gonna start to get serious about the GoPro action here and making filming better and including the work and stuff here for this channel. So that's in the works, so look forward to that. And then, as always, we're going to have RC content on this channel because we're really into those. So here's a wall of 10 cars here. Not all of them are mine because the kids live here, and 1, 2, 3, 4 of them up there are theirs, and the other ones, there's one that belongs to my wife, but this whole list of them here is mine. The Kaiser up there on top is the wife's, and then the other 4, well 5 if you count the Mini there, belong to my kids. So there's always going to be RC content. I spent most of my day yesterday putting the cool looking wheels, running all them screws in these bead locks and mounting the wheels, putting dual stage foams and mounting these tires up on that brand new CJ7 that we just got here it's my birthday present for the end of January here that the wife was nice enough to let me have early. So But we're always going to have some RC content because the cars are just fun. So there's them, and look forward to more shorts and more technical building stuff as far as they go.